Good evening, Sophia. Thank you for being part of my interview. This interview is going to be about the VPK program, and the VPK is a program in the United States aimed at preparing children for kindergarten and enhancing their academic growth. VPK is typically available for children aged 4 to 5 years old and is funded by the state, which is what you said actually the other day. At what age do you remember enrolling your kids for VPK?
Well, when they were 4.
They were 4?
Yeah.
All the way until what age? Would you say?
Well, they went to VPK because they were 4, and after that they went to kindergarten.
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. This program is great for child development and helps the development of their early literacy skills, math readiness, socialization with other peers, language development, fine motor skills, etc. How do you think your child benefited from this program? Would you recommend it to any parent in today's education?
Of course, I recommend it to any parents because as soon as he get out of the VPK, he already was ready to reading. And the social skill, of course, he was more prepared to enter that school than a little kid that you just left at home doing nothing, and then it's more difficult to adapt to the school, to being a discipline, to have a structure during the day. So all that is a benefit that you obtain when you are in VPK.
And you enrolled them in the VPK that was not here. You said it was in North Carolina.
No,
right?
the VPK was for Jonathan. He was already here in Florida.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect, awesome. But not for Rachel.
Rachel was in a K4 program in North Carolina too. Yeah, they both were involved before kindergarten in a classroom.
Awesome.
And have already a structure, like I told you, they have a schedule, they have different activities during the day. Wow. They interact, of course, with other kids. They have their lunchtime, their nap time, everything. So then it was really good for them.
That's great. Okay, so sorry, it's raining. But anyways. Educators in VPK programs play a really big role in facilitating children's learning and their development during their early years. They have the responsibility of planning out their curriculum activities, assessments, creating a safe environment where the kids feel welcomed, being in constant communication with the parents. How was your experience with the VPK educators, like with the teachers?
It was awesome. It was awesome. I think that I was lucky that I have very good, well educated, especially with Jonathan. I was very involved in the class with the teacher, and the teacher have a awesome environment for all the kids.
So you were like in constant communication with
Yes,
her?
I was one of the parents of the class, so then I have the opportunity to see the teacher interact, and she was really awesome. Actually, they have, the teacher and the assistant there.
Okay.
And it was amazing, and because the VPK, the classroom are not so big, I think that this is better for the educator to interact individually with every kid and know better every kid needs, and I have the best experience with the VPK educators.
That's awesome. So the group consisted of it was a small class.
I think that they were no more than 15 kids.
Okay, that's great.
Maybe it was less. I remember that, because in Rachel's case, it was a private school. But in Jonathan's case, he was straight to Miami-Dade school.
You got it.
So then, and it was the school that it was a lottery, because most of the time, not all the schools have too many classrooms. They have maybe 1 or 2 classrooms of VPK. So then, what I think is that is awful. I don't know if that changed. It has been a long time. But I think that it should be more because, it's beneficial for their own school to have the kids already enrolled in a program that when they go to kindergarten, They know already the school, they
Right.
know already other teachers, they know already other big kids that interact with the kids
Of
too
course.
in a different way. So then, but it was a lottery. I remember that at the beginning they say that Jonathan was in a waiting list. But then they called me the same day and they say, "Hey, we got a spot for Jonathan."
Wow.
And then I was so excited to put him in the classroom. And
Wow.
it was really good.
So that was like, how
That
many
was-
years ago?
Oh well, you
was
know,
15?
Jonathan is in college, so
like
it was
15 years ago.
2007, I think, 2007,
Wow.
2008,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
something like that.
That's awesome. Okay, so VPK offers a lot of economic benefits for low-income families because this program is funded by the state, and
Oh, it is big
Yeah.
different because it's not you have to pay for a
of course,
a private facility, and of course the
Private
private
school.
facility is also good, but it's expensive. It's really expensive.
Really expensive,
Really
yeah.
expensive.
Now some people say that because it's funded by the state, they provide poor services. Like, did you receive that? You told me that.
I don't
they
think
did.
so. Well, in my experience, no.
Okay.
I can tell you that we remember Miss Castagnon
Yeah.
forever and ever.
Oh my gosh,
She
you
was
remember her.
amazing, and I still I met her a couple of times here and there, and we have a very gratification
Wow, that's
experience with
awesome.
her.
The fact that you
So
stood-
everybody, if you ask Jonathan about Miss Castagnon, he gonna
That's awesome.
because she was really
Wow,
good.
that's great. Okay. VPK programs strive to maintain high quality standards of early childhood education, but they can only do so much being under state regulation, curriculum guidelines, teacher qualifications, and ongoing monitoring and assessment. Therefore, parents have enrolled their kids in now private pre-K programs, which is what we talked about, because they argue that the quality is much better and mainly the teachers are more qualified and experienced. The curriculum implemented is also different. So those private schools tend to use like Montessori, like very holistic approach, a very holistic education approach to teach their kids. And due to this, they receive more resources.
Montessori is a good program.
Yeah.
But I don't want to
Yeah.
deny that. But Montessori is also expensive
Yeah.
program. So
Yeah.
you need to be prepared to pay for it.
Of course.
But I think that even with the regulation of the state, I have the opportunity to, as you know, I was working in private school.
The VPK program provides a structured learning environment that helps children develop the foundational skills that they need in order to transition into kindergarten. However, with education growing, technology has also been growing, and technology has been heavily implemented in this curriculum. So parents have not been fond with this idea, so they go ahead and they enroll their kids in private pre-K programs that use approaches like Montessori and all these holistic child education approaches that VPK does not offer, and so they resort into enrolling their kids in that. However, every parent is different depending on their individual preferences, needs, and circumstances. And some parents would rather prefer class sizes and individual approaches, working one-on-one with the kid instead of having them in a larger classroom setting. But all in all, VPK is great for low-income families, working families, first-generation immigrant families, and children with special needs. VPK programs can be beneficial for families with various backgrounds, circumstances, providing their children with a strong foundation for their future academic success.